Hey folks, how's it going? So in this video I just want to go over a couple quick things about the PTS EPM Mags, these new mags after they separated from Magpul. I've been having a lot of problems with them, and I think the whole community has, so I thought I'd just make a video. I didn't see a lot of information about it out on YouTube, and I've been through it all because I bought a lot of these mags and they have to work for me. So I've done a lot of different things, and I'll just kind of show you the problems I'm having and what I came to the conclusions of. So I have 2 8s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 3 6s, and 4 3s, and all the way up to 0.33s they feed just fine. With 3 6s and 4 3s they do not feed. They just have horrible issues, and it's just horrible. So the first thing I tried, if you get these EPM mags right out of the bat and they don't feed at all, they won't even feed like 2 8s. You probably have like a plastic burr in there somewhere. So that's simple. Just disassemble the mag, take some sandpaper, and just go through it and clean everything out, and it'll probably feed just fine. Doesn't hurt to oil it up either. But if it's not feeding like 3 6s or 4 3s like the problem I was having, Hunter Seeker 5 does sell custom feeders that you can install that they're like 3D printed, I believe. And these do help also. But I found that you can only feed about 100 bullets of the 4 3s or the 3 6s if you did want to do that. So you lose part of the capability of the mag. But these are great. You will have to sand them down a bit to get them to fit correctly and to feed great. So let's move on. Here are 2 8s all loaded up. We'll just shoot them out. Those obviously work just fine. Oh, they're falling on the ground. And then we have some 3 2s. Those feed just fine. We have some 3 3s. These are G&G. Feed just fine. Now here are some 3 6s from Vulcan. These are polished BBs because these are not really. They seem a little rougher, and they are a cheaper BB. So these definitely do not feed well. So, but these are polished and they still don't feed. So, I mean, they don't feed out. So if you have an electric AEG, they might feed a little better, you know, because you get that rocking effect, and they might feed okay for you, but they don't feed that well. With a Polar Star, they definitely don't feed. So they just don't come out. So let's move on to these 4 3s from Core 3, and these definitely do not feed out of the EPM mag here. They just don't. So if I shake them out, they do a little bit, but I mean, not like they're supposed to at all. Now here is with the custom feeder from Hunter Seeker 5 installed, and I also kept the orange tip on the back to give it even a little bit more spring power. And there's just about 150 BBs in there, and it's not feeding. So if I shake a few of them out and get about 100 left, sorry, that's hard to see, it will feed just fine. So like the last 100, maybe closer to 70, feed out just fine. So kind of a trade-off if you do want to do that. Here is a real Magpul E-Mag. These of course are hard to find, but it feeds the 4 3s just fine. At least in a Polar Star, it feeds them just fine. So they'll come right out here. It feeds them pretty good. So that's one thing. If you did want to buy these mags, you still can get the 75 round ones off Asia. So that's another thing. Here's a KWA mag just to test, and it doesn't feed them at all. So just like the EPM mag, seems a bit silly to me. And then of course a high cap, it'll feed anything. Here's a PTS high cap, and yeah, it feeds it just fine. So there's what I've learned. Hopefully it'll help you out, and hopefully EPM fixes this issue, because it seems a bit ridiculous for supposedly such a good mag being such crap. So thanks guys.